Hit that like button, that really helps this video go. I appreciate your time, I appreciate you watching. ...2020 was definitely a crazy year for all of us, but the shutdowns and the chaos did allow for a little more fishing than usual for me. You know, going into 2020, my personal best bass was a 7.2 that I caught at Paintsville Lake. I had a great spring at Paintsville Lake, caught a bunch of fish. It's one of my favorite places to fish when it's the right time of year. But the two biggest bites I had on Paintsville Lake this spring, I lost. They just came unbuttoned. You know, sometimes that's fishing, that's just how it goes. This summer we took up some walleye fishing. You know, I've been going to Lake Erie nearly all my life, and we've always gone up there, caught the bass, and then subsequently released them. I've never gotten in on the walleye fishing, but the last couple of years we started to figure it out a little bit, and you know, we went out and drug some lines, did some trolling, and caught several walleye. The boys had a blast. You can check that video out in the cards.
You know, me and this guy right here, linebacker mentality guys. We always have to remind each other to ease up. There's nowhere this fish can go. Just let it play itself out. We act like little kids. We get excited. Nothing like it.
Top 5 biggest catches 2020. Number 5, I gotta go up to Lake Erie. You can catch a bunch of 4-pounders on Erie, but it just seems like anything over 5 is kind of rare. I caught several 5-pound class smallmouth this summer. This is one of them here. I'm out by myself. Like I said before, I like to socially distance on my bass boat, so I do a lot of that anyway. I landed this fish, and just Lake Erie's nothing like anything else, as I said earlier. Whoever was with me on this trip must have been in napping. I go fishing. It's a drug for me. I fish until, oftentimes on the way home, my hands and my lower back will be cramping up because of the exhaustion from being out there grinding it out. Number 4, locally we're blessed to have several bodies of water that we can fish, one of those being Dewey Lake. And Dewey's got a population of muskie also in the lake. And you're starting to see several people catch those fish in the springtime especially, and throughout the summer. But last summer I hooked up to my first muskie ever. I knew the moment that this fish hit this chatterbait that it was a muskie. It was about a 40-inch muskie, just a great experience. I tried to net it with the bass net. That was an epic failure, it didn't fit.
try to net it, you know, it's for the net's not even close to.
Look at that. Number 3, Chickamauga. My first ever trip to Chick, man, what an incredible trip. East Kentucky Tournament Trail Classic, day 1, about an hour into the day. This 750 smoked my frog. Second biggest bass of my life at this time. Chick, you know, I'd always heard about how special the fall can be frog fishing, and Chick sure lived up to her name last fall. Just incredible. I mean, the moment, you can see I get excited. You know, I love to catch big fish. Number 2, staying on Chickamauga, same day, about an hour later, an 815 destroys the frog again. I caught the second and third biggest bass of my life on the same day. The top 3 biggest bass of my life, all within 2020 in the same year. I've been bass fishing 25 years. I can't put that day into words. I can't wait to go back to Chick next fall. It has absolutely ruined me. Fishing isn't the same anywhere else. There are more of those giant bass in that lake than anywhere I've been. Go 8. I know. 15 pounds of new fish. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Last February, another great trip to Lake Guntersville on the Tennessee River. You know, those Tennessee River lakes just produce bass like nowhere else in my part of the country. And I just love to go chase those big bass on those lakes. But number 1, me and my guy Cash Daniel on Lake Guntersville last February, throwing the Guntersville Special. That's the Booyah One Knocker in Raven Red. You know, pick that red lipless crankbait up before you go to Guntersville. You can almost never go wrong with that bait. You can always wind it and grind it, no matter what time of year it is. It just seems like that lure produces fish more consistently than any other bait. You know, the truth is some days it's better to be lucky than good. I've worked hard at this, both the fishing end and the creating content end, so I really appreciate your like, your share, your comment. As a result, you know, we've got some exciting news coming up in 2021 and some of the new relationships we've built. And I don't expect 2021 to live up to 2020, at least in terms of bass fishing for me. It was a great year. But I can't wait to spend the rest of my life trying to beat that personal record bass. You know, that's the game.